Hi y'all, Justin with Kayak Catfish. Well, it's a few minutes before dawn. You can just start to see the sun peeking up over the horizon there. Looks like it is going to be a beautiful sunrise and a beautiful morning, and hopefully filled with lots of fish, man. I am on my way out to go after some blues and some flatheads. Actually trolling a skipjack rod right now that you can probably barely see, just to try to pick off some. Boy, look right there, man. Something just splashed right there in the water trying to get on this video. These fish are active today, y'all, but I'm gonna try to pick me off one or two fresh baits on the way, and we're going down here and fishing a deep hole to start. So come with me, y'all. Let's go get us some cats today. I got thumped right here, y'all. I got thumped. My rod tip's just kind of sitting there. I wonder if that's not a flathead. We may have us a flathead for fish number one, y'all. He's just slowly taking that rod tip over. I'm gonna let him do it too. I want him to hook himself if possible. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it now, man. He's got it now. Let's get him. That's a flathead. That's a flathead, I'm sure of it. That's on a skipjack chunk. Oh man, he's pulling too. He's pulling. We're right here at sunrise, y'all. I went ahead and just got baited up as quick as I could after anchoring down. I'm in a hole that should be roughly 70 feet deep. I don't have a graph on this kayak. I'm just back to basics catfishing with this setup. No motor, no fish finder, no live scope. I ain't fishing with 8 rods, no stinking planer boards, just 2 rods. Vertical fishing, straight down under me. And I've used, golly, he's pulling. I've used a app on my phone called Navionics that's pretty accurate for this area that I fish. It's a lake map card, or a lake map app, if you will. It shows you the contours. And so I'm roughly on the upper edge of this hole. Hopefully it's another horseshoes and hand grenade situation when you can't confirm where you think you are with electronics, but clearly there was a flathead in the area here, and he's down there digging, man. So I had a skipjack head and a skipjack chunk down there. My head's on the left rod, and I had this bait raised up 2 or 3 feet off bottom, so I felt a thump. And you saw that rod tip, man. It was just kind of sitting there, and it just slowly started to go over. I could be wrong. We could get him up here and he'd be something else, but it sure seemed like a flathead bite. I was hoping to see some. I'm always hoping to see them, but I was hoping to see some today. We ought to be seeing this in here pretty shortly. We're getting him up here now. These flatheads just fight like a dickens, man. They're fun, cool. Every one of them's got unique colorations and patterns on them. I like them a lot. Yeah, it is a flathead. It is. It's a good one too. Good flathead. Oh, he's all scarred up on the head, buddy. That's the big ugly right there, man. That's the big ugly. Come over here, Flatty. Get back over here and show yourself off. Look at him. Let me get that camera down there closer. Look at his head. That thing is all scarred up, man. You're an ugly fish, but I'm happy to get you. That's a good one. All right, Flatty, you ready? Man, he is hooked right on the upper lip right there. That circle hook got him. Went up under behind the tooth patch there, and that upper lip, man, he wasn't coming free, that's for sure. Hold yourself up there, Flatty. Heck yeah, man, look at that. Flatheads make me happy, y'all. That's a good one right there. Ugly thing, look at the mark on his head. You an ugly flathead, you all scarred up. Boy, I'm thankful for you, man. It's fun. I love that bite. You just feel thump. And they just sit there with it, man. They're not running. I mean, this is the apex predator out here where I fish on the Tennessee River, man. Nice. All right, well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let him go. I'm gonna drop another bait back down there, and we're gonna sit here and see if he's got friends with him. All right, Flatty. Thank you for the good time, buddy. There he goes. He's on his own time over here, man. I seen a glimpse of him there on his way down. He wasn't no hurry to get out of here. That fish said he got nowhere to be today. But we got this sun. It's about to come up over the clouds over there, so we're still kind of here, right here at first light, and so it's an active time to be fishing. I love fishing early morning hours, right at sunrise, because you oftentimes just get that morning bite. And so we just got us one right there, man. So let's get us another bait on. Take another chunk of this skipjack, cut that, and then we're gonna trim these fins up here, because these fins, they don't serve no purpose at this point, and they could possibly impede a hookup at some point. So I like to go ahead and just oh. Our head bait there's getting hit. Let's get these fins trimmed real quick. Something was after that. I think that was probably just a dink blue there messing with that head bait, but my gosh, something was after it. So let's put this on. If you're new to my channel or ain't been here in a while, I'm running Carolina rigs today. We're gonna put this bait on a 10-aught size circle hook. All my gear's listed down in the video description if you're ever wondering, but we got a Catfish Sumo bait stalker fly a few inches below that hook, and that goes up to a swivel, and above that is an 8-ounce egg sinker. And we're going to drop that straight down to the bottom. We'll let that sinker hit. We'll reel down, tighten our line up, and then we'll raise it up so that our bait is down there just off the bottom. And as these fish get active, fish that are either in this hole as they become active, or fish that are just working up or down the river channel out here. You can see this is just kind of a wide area of the river channel, but this hole is kind of on the outside edge of this channel before it starts to come up onto the shoreline over here. It comes down at an angle and then levels out, and then you got this hole here. So we're kind of on the edge, and as fish cruise up and down, they love the edges of channels. As they cruise up and down through here, we can catch some of those fish, or just the fish that are kind of hunkered down in this hole. As they get active, we got a bait there for them. So anyway, enough of this. Let's kick back, relax, watch that. If them dang clouds would get the heck out of the way, that fog there, we'd see us a nice sunrise. But either way, I'm gonna enjoy it, y'all. We may be about to catch us another one right here. I just got another thump, and he's just kind of sitting there with it. Wouldn't that be something if that was another flathead? Boy, it sure acted like it, ain't it? Let's pick up and see if it's got it. It sure acted like another flathead, man. I just got hit, and it didn't take off running. Wouldn't hurt my feelings one nary bit. This bait's been down there, I don't know, 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes at the most. I mean, not long at all. You know, I was rebaiting or cutting that other bait, that head bait got hit, something tapped it, but it never, nothing beyond that, you know, it never materialized. They didn't get it. It must have been a small blue just coming up and nipping. This one here ain't gonna be as big as his friend, I can tell you that already. He ain't gonna be as big. We'll get him up here and take a look at him. This fish here might see the sun today. It's about to pop up over the clouds. That's actually blue. That hadn't fooled me the way he hit. He hit it like that flathead did. Just, he never really run. This is and he's actually bigger than he felt. I mean, he's still, I don't know, larger dink, I guess you'd say, or smaller fun size, but he's He's bigger than the fight, that's for sure. This fish must be wore out. He's had a long night, I reckon. Oh Lord, you gonna knock yourself silly doing that, fish. Get over here. Come on up in here now. Let's see where that hook's at. You got a hook in your jaw, fish. That ought to wake you up and make you thrash around a little bit. He must just be plumb wore out. You the weakest fighting blue cat for this size that I can recall catching in recent memory. I give him a little front camera time anyway. Look at, I mean, this fish must just be unhealthy. Look at the size of his head compared to his body and his length. I mean, he's a longer fish, but just super skinny. You frail fish. You looking peaked. This fish needs him a bologna sandwich is what he needs, as that sun's gonna blind me now. All right, well, let's let you get back down there. Ain't no wonder you's wore out. Lord almighty, you done skinny as all get out, fish. Fish, look at that. Boy, it was the one trying to steal your camera time over there, blue cat. Get out of here. I'm glad that fish at least got to see the sun, though. That's a beautiful sight, y'all. All right, hey, that fish throwing the bait off, but he needed it. So let's get another one on there and do it again. I got some kind of shenanigans happening right here. That's my head bait. Something's giving it a little tug right there. Let's pick up on it. That's my big bait. I don't feel like a big fish. I wonder if this one here ain't maybe got the fly. Yeah, I got them Catfish Sumo flies there under my pieces of cut bait. I wonder if this one here ain't accidentally hooked up with that fly or possibly ate that fly, because he don't feel big enough to have eaten that head bait. You can tell he just ain't gonna measure up to a fish that could possibly get that whole bait in his mouth. He may have bit that bait just right though to hook himself with it. We'll see in a second here. Y'all gonna have to put your shades on, look in this direction. We're going right into the sun. Yeah, he's got that fly. That's a tiny fish right there on the fly. Actually, he got that fly under the chin. You in bad shape today, fish. You done it to yourself here. Calm down. I don't want to throw that head bait off now while we fool with you. Here, let's get you like that. There we go. Yeah, you dumb fish. He either tried to eat the fly or the bait. Either way, he got the fly up under the chin there. So that's an extra fish we wouldn't have gotten otherwise. And hopefully we've learned him a lesson about trying to steal our bait. Let's take a look here at this head bait. Let's get all that slime off there first. That fish has done got us slimed up. He's left his mark on us here. Let's take a peek at this. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and switch this out, because that fish nipped on it there. We had another one there, hit it earlier, so let's just go ahead and put a fresh one on, and that way we got a bait in good condition. There's our next bait. Good looking head bait right there. All them innards hanging out of it. Them old catfish, especially the big ones, they love them head baits. When I'm only fishing 2 rods like this, just a bare bones basic setup, I want my baits in as good a condition as possible down there. I'm a lot less conservative with bait when I'm only fishing 2 rods. If I got 4 rods out, I'm in my other kayak, you know, I leave baits out there for a while, but not today. Let me show you this too. So this is what the area looks like here on the contour map. This is where I'm at. This is the hole, and the current goes this direction. So the deepest part of this hole is down here below me. So any fish that are just kind of inactive, they're hunkered down, I would expect them to be kind of in the deeper part of this hole. Now the current flow this morning, very light. I mean, it's minimal, but I'm planning on sitting here for a few hours, so my scent just keeps getting pushed this direction. So as these fish here, assuming there are some down in there, and we've already caught enough for me to think that there are, as the morning goes on, they turn on and get active. They're going to be able to come up here and get my baits. Also, any fish that are working along the edges of the contour here, they're going to run into my baits as they move up and down the ledge too. So that's kind of what I'm looking at on the map when I'm looking at places like this. I'm looking along these ledges. Anytime you see something that's different in a world where everything's the same, look for something that's different. So a hole like this, a depression, you get a point that sticks out, a creek that comes in. Some areas down through here you'll get humps where the river comes up and drops back off. Anything that's different, it's usually good places to at least investigate, at least put some time into and see what's going on there. So my plan is to fish out here till about lunchtime today. Probably going to be about a 4-hour trip for me. This time of year when it's still a reasonably decent temperature in the mornings, I like to fish from dawn till about lunchtime. Avoid the pleasure boat traffic and the bass boaters and all that, have the place to myself and get off the water and get me a bite to eat and let them have it the rest of the day. So that's what we're going to do, y'all. So yeah, we got our baits back down. Let's wait on the next fish. Got one on the chunk again. Oh, there it goes, man. There it goes. Let's get it. There, we got a good one right here, man. That feels good. That feels good. Oh, he's taking spline too. Because we got 300 geese flying over. This thing's spinning me around, buddy. So he's going to pull me this direction. You know, this kayak here, again, I don't have the motor, so I'm using a physical anchor. It's a dumbbell. So this fish here can actually spin me a little bit. Them geese, boy, they're obnoxious. I hope doing geese season rolls around, some of y'all help me out and take them things out. Can't stand them old geese. Thankfully, they've moved on, man. This is a strong fish right here. This one feels good. Ain't that something now? We got that one small fish that ate the fly on the head bait side. Everything else so far has been on the chunk. Now, last week I fished up off this point that's above us here. There's a boat sitting up there now. But I fished up there last week and everything was coming on the head. That's why it's always good to have options out if you can. This fish has spun me all the way around backwards here. I hope he don't have me in my anchor rope. He went back that direction. This is a good fish though. But yeah, everything today has had a preference toward the chunks. Whereas lately my bigger fish have come on the heads. You just never know. Day to day, you just never know. It's just good to always start the day with an open mind. Give them some options. Put your time in. You put enough time into places like I showed you on the map there. You put time in them places, you'll eventually get bit. Now you fish like this where you're on one spot for the duration of your trip, you're going to have some skunk days too. If you're out there and the fish ain't there, you can be in the right spot at the wrong time. You know, the fish ain't there or they ain't active. You know, so you're going to have some days where you don't catch fish. But over the course of time, over the course of a season, you know, if you fish one day a week, so let's say, and you do that all year, that's 52 trips. You soak baits on places like that 52 times a year, you're going to catch some fish, man. I think he's in my anchor then. Oh my gosh, I think he's in it. Oh my gosh. Oh. This dang fish, he went the wrong direction. He had multiple directions he could have went. He's going for the anchor rope. He's in it. We're going to have to raise that anchor rope up, I think. Let me give him a little slack here and see what happens. All right, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to put him back in the rod holder, and we're going to reel him in by hand on this dang anchor rope, I reckon. Yeah, by gosh, we just pulling him in like this. Anybody can reel in a fish on rod and reel, by gosh, but not everybody can do it via anchor rope. Daggone fish, he had to just get back there and get wrapped up. He's still on. I see the bubbles coming up. This is one way to catch. That's a, oh my gosh, that's a good fish. That is a really, really good fish. Oh, I do not want to lose him because of this dang anchor rope either, man. That is a whopper. That is a golly whopper. Oh my gosh. Oh no, did he just come off? He just come off. Oh my gosh, look at that. Dang it, man. He just worked free in that stupid anchor rope. Oh man. That fish, man. He was smart. He found an obstruction and worked himself free. Now we got us a hook in the anchor rope. There we go. Oh man. Well, let's just finish pulling this anchor in, because I gotta get repositioned here where I was. Dadgummit. That was a dang good fish, man. That was a golly whopper for sure. Well, that always sucks when it happens, but that's part of fishing, man. That's just how it goes. And big fish, they don't get that big by being stupid. Whether he was just smart and found that anchor rope and knew to work himself out, or he just got lucky, either way, that fish got away. He got lucky, I got unlucky. We're gonna drop us another bait down there. I got myself anchored back down here now, so we're gonna try it again. That's a dang good fish. I don't know if y'all could see him on camera with the angle or not, but I got to look at him, and that was a golly whopper, man. That was a dang good fish. Hate to lose one like that, but that's part of fishing, man. You're gonna lose them from time to time. So let's get us another bait on there, and we're going to drop it back down. We know there are fish here, both blues and flatheads, so this bait right here might tempt one of them. And if it does, I hope the next fish is either dumber than the last one or less lucky than the last one. Oh, y'all, we got one on right here. I just rebaited. Hold on, let me get this one set. I was just switching out my baits. I dropped that one down and I got my head bait on. Man, that's, oh, get out of that rod hole. Man, perfect timing, I guess. I've sat here for a long while, y'all, probably over an hour now. Nothing happening. I thought I'm gonna spruce up my baits. Goodness. My baits still looked be in good shape. I mean, nothing had messed with them. I've not had ding taps or anything. But I dropped this one down. I was working on my other one, and this one gets hit. All right. Well, we just needed some more fish to turn on or work through. Hopefully this one here will go better than the one that got in my anchor rope. That kind of thing happens, folks. If you ain't losing fish to crazy stuff like that occasionally, well, you just ain't hooking enough of them. It's going to happen. You spend enough time on the water, they're going to get wrapped in an anchor rope or another line or something. Nobody catches 100% or lands 100% of the fish they hook, I should say. Is that another flathead? By gosh, it is. We got us another one, flathead number 2 on the day. This one's smaller than that first one, but he's fired up. He's got a bad attitude. This one here, we're gonna give him a stern talking to about acting out on camera like this, but I'm happy to see him. It's been a long time, Flatty. It's been a long time. Come on in. Oh Lord, that camera's crooked, Flathead. We got to get a better picture than that. There we go. Well, it's still crooked. We'll roll with it. Heck with it. Nice. smaller flathead there, but welcome sight, man. It'd been a while. Just been sitting here, just putting my time in, you know, just waiting for fish to either work through or turn on. And well, this one did right after I dropped a fresh bait down. You wanna go home, Flatty? I gotta put yet another bait on there now because you ate it or threw it off for one of his friends. Either way, it's gone. We gotta rebait. See ya. There you go. All right, y'all. Second flathead of the day. Man, I'm happy to see them. Let's get another bait on. Well, there's the next hunk of skipjack going down. We're going to keep rolling with the head and the chunk. I know the chunk has gotten the attention today, but I've just got so much confidence in a big head bait. It's hard for me to give up that bait to put another chunk down. So we're gonna keep rolling with this same setup here. I'll raise that up in the rod holder, and now we're set again. Bait's down there 2 or 3 feet off bottom here, and somewhere 70 feet ish according to the map there. Again, no way to know without a graph, but it really don't matter. It's about getting your baits in these type of areas, and things like, you know, specific depth, water temperature, you know, stuff like that. Those are minor details that you can fixate and spend too much time second guessing and thinking about, but really it's about putting your baits where the fish live or where they're going to feed and logging hours. That's what's going to do you better than any piece of gear, you know, all that crap. I mean, I'm out here today, man, bare bones, basic kayak, 2 rod holders here, 2 rods, and a dumbbell anchor. Don't need fancy boats, electronics, motors. When I go home today, I got no batteries to charge. Kayak here, don't require any gas. I mean, it's nice. It's a basic, simple setup, but it's all you need to catch some fish. The chunk got hit again. Well, something was after it. I think he's got it. I don't think we want to catch that one, though. Yeah, this one here ain't gonna measure up, folks. The bar's been set too high for this fish to please us today. He says we need to lower our standards, but I've told him we can't after what we've done hooked into today. Just it's hard to, you can go from eating beans to eating steak, but it's hard to go back from eating steak to eating beans again. Once you cross over, you just can't do it. And we done caught big fish today. Almost caught 2. Oh, this one ate the fly. Come here, fish, before you throw that bait off. We don't want to lose that bait. It ain't been down there long, and I think this one here actually got the fly in the mouth. Come on in here before you fling that bait. Yeah, this one here was smart enough to at least get the hook in the mouth. All right, well, them old bait stalker flies done got us another one there, a little dinkety doodah. We'll make sure our bait's still looking good. Here it is. He's got our line slimed up though, people. We're gonna get that off there. The fish don't care, but I do. So we gonna fling it off there. Let's just go ahead and rehook this thing too while we're at it. And I guess I've lost my mind. I thought I'd trim them fins there before I dropped it down, but I guess I didn't. I got sidetracked talking to you, I reckon. It can happen. I've been known to get my attention altered. You know, squirrel goes by and grab your attention every time. All right, back down it goes. Got something happening here on my head bait. He's got it, man. I don't know if you could see on the camera, but he's kind of spinning the front of the kayak around. He's just taking off with that bait. He says he's going home with it. He's swimming very gently, hoping I won't notice, but tough break for him. I done spotted him. He's caught in the act. Let's reel us another one in. The bite's definitely slowed down the later in the morning we've got here. Higher that sun has gotten in the sky, but you know what? That's typically how it goes. You get that, oftentimes a flurry of activity right around sunrise, and then it tapers off. And then in the evening hours, right before dark, around sunset, you kind of have another feeding window. Now these fish can feed any time of the day. You'll catch fish, certain times, you'll get them 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They could be feeding 24 hours a day, but there are certain activity periods where it seems like more fish are feeding, that there's more productive times, and sunrise and sunset are definitely two of those peak times. I'm curious we get this one up here if he's actually ate the head bait or if he's ate the fly. That chunk has definitely seen more action today. Skipjack's the only bait I got with me, so we can't offer any other variety of bait for him. Just mix up that's another flathead. That is another flathead. Flathead number 3. Nice. I never felt that one really. I didn't feel that thump with that one. It was like a little tap, and then my line was just, he was just swimming along with it. He's going to fight a little harder now that we got him up here near the surface too. I didn't think that was a flathead, and I didn't think he was that size. This one's fooled me. Fooled me twice. Get over here, flathead. You old trickster. Come on. Get over here and show yourself off to these people. He's got to act out some more. This fish got to embarrass his whole family before we get him here and landed. All right, man, that's a quality flathead. Get up here, buddy. Let me get hold of you now. Let me get hold of you. Come on in. Come on down, good buddy. Yeah, I thought this was a blue. Now, I didn't know if he had the bait or the fly. Now then I saw him and I was like, holy cow, that's a flathead, and he's pretty good. And then he wanted to take off on us. Well, flathead, you wasn't going anywhere, flathead. You had both the hook and the fly. Fly had him in the side of the head. Hold yourself up there, flathead. Another one right there, man. That's quality, buddy. Uh-oh. My chunk over here just got hit, y'all. Something bumped it. I actually think something's got it. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to let this flathead go right quick. No. I don't know what's going on. We may have another flathead over here, possibly. Let's let this one go, and we're going to see what's going on with this rod. This flathead's going to thrash around here. Get on out of here before you spook your friend from... I think he still got it. I was worried that flathead thrashing around here making the kayak move left and right might spook him off. I bet you that might be another flathead. Let's pick up. Yeah, he's on there. He's on there. Let's see what we got going on here. The only bad thing about this is I don't have any baits down there right now. We're going to get this one reeled up. Take a look at him. He's fighting like a flathead. I think we got another one. We're just going to get him up here and get a look at him. We're going to drop that head bait back down on the other side before we land him. That way we can have another chance to hook a third one if there are a third one down there coming through. Well, I was just talking about the bite tapering off, and here we are back to back. I guess we can call that a double since I had the other one in my hand, maybe. I don't know. Don't matter to me. But we got them, by gosh. Can't reel them in but one at a time anyhow. Until technology is sufficient enough for y'all to come through the screen like smell-o-vision. We ought to be getting close up here. I see the bubbles coming down there. By gosh, it is. It's another flathead. That's another one. All right, let's set him back just a second there. Put him in the rod holder. Let's just fix this bait. Yeah, that still looks good. It still looks like a good looking bait. Let's drop it down, and then we're going to land this other flathead. Nice, man. What a good series of events. I had hoped to get some flatheads out here today, but I didn't really expect 4 of them. So that's nice. that's a good day any day of the year, man. Get 4 flatheads on one trip. All right, get over here, flathead. Now he's going to, he knows y'all about to see him on the camera here, and he don't want nothing of it. He don't want nothing to do with you people. He says he don't like you. He ain't never met a YouTube audience member that he liked, and he don't want to be on this video. But it's happening, fish. Sorry about you. Sorry about you luck. You getting on here now whether you want to be or not. Come here now. Come here. All right. I think this one's a little smaller than the last one, but they were clearly swimming through together. They were caught too close a proximity and too close a time period to have not been together. Well, here's this one. Flathead number 2 of the double or the back-to-back, whatever you want to call it. Nice, man. This one's kind of, he looks kind of pale too, at least with my shades on anyway. Man, what a good day for flatheads. Haven't had a lot of blue action other than that big one there that got wrapped up in the anchor rope, but the flatheads, man, they've been on it today. All right, let's send him home. We got to get into the bait down there. They could be way more, a lot. I'm too excited to get my words out, y'all. Lord Almighty. Get out of here, fish, before I fumble my words and embarrass myself some more. He's ready to go. I told you that fish didn't like him, so he didn't want no part of this video. All right, let's get that bait on there. Well, here we go. I think we're going to get us one more here, y'all. Oh man, he's gonna pull too. He's giving it everything he's got, buddy. I was just getting ready to pack it in here in the next few minutes. This fish come at a good time. I wasn't sure if I was going to get another one or not. I had a long stretch again with nothing going on. Just kind of been how it's been, kind of coming waves there. We had our morning bite and then nothing, some fish, nothing. Happy to get him though. It's been a good day, man. Between the flatheads and even the big blue I lost just to hook the dang thing. It's been a good day. I'm gonna go home today. Ain't gonna have no batteries to charge. It's nice. It's just something rewarding about fishing. Very simplistic. I complicate to hell. I've talked about this in my ultralight videos, but I complicate the hell out of everything in life. But anytime I get back to the basics, just simplify everything, I always have a dang good time. I always end up enjoying myself. It's just something about keeping things simple that's rewarding. And we've definitely been rewarded with some fish today. I'd love for this to be another flathead. Don't think it's going to be. I feel him, feels like he's rolling down there. I think it's going to be a blue. Yeah, it is. That's a pretty good one though. That's a pretty good one. If that's the last fish of the day, man, that's a way to go out. That's a quality fun sizer right there. Oh, lordy days, man. He's acting all crazy up in here. Well, we finally got us a decent blue to hold up in front of the camera. Nothing compared to the one we lost, but fun sizer nonetheless, and he's been fun. I've had fun today. Have you had fun, fish? This fish has never had fun a day in his life. That fish, he said all he's ever wanted to do is go to Dollywood and ride on a roller coaster. He'll never get to experience it. That poor fish. Well, anyway, y'all, I've had a good time out here. I'm gonna lower a bait back down here on this rod. I'm probably gonna stay another 10-15 minutes. I'm about done out here this morning. It's about lunchtime, about time for me to go grab a bite to eat. But I tell you what, it's been very productive. I had hoped to get some flatheads today. Didn't expect to get 4 of them, especially the quality I got. Man, that first one was a good one. So I'm happy with how the day's gone, with the exception of losing that big blue and the anchor rope. But again, that kind of thing, it happens. You fish long enough, things going to go wrong from time to time. If that's the worst thing that happens to us today, we're in good shape. But I've had fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope these videos are, you know, if you're somebody out there that's new to catfishing and you see me fishing in my other kayak with the live scope and motor and, you know, all these gadgets, and you look at these other YouTubers and they got these boats and, you know, 10 rods and planer boards and, you know, motors and fancy trolling motors and all that stuff, it can be overwhelming. But those things are just tools. You know, they're easier. The better the tools you have, the easier it is to get a job done, as the old saying goes. You can give a carpenter a handsaw and a pile of wood and he can build you a porch. But you give that same carpenter a power saw and a nail gun, he's going to get it done a lot easier and a lot quicker, right? And that's kind of the same thing with these fancier tools in fishing. But you don't have to have that stuff. If you know where to put your baits, you can go out with a basic setup, a couple rods, something to anchor yourself down with, and a kayak that don't require any motor, outboard, gas, oil, maintenance of any kind. You can go out and have a dang good day, catch you some fish, and do it on the regular if you keep your baits where the fish are. But anyway, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'll keep flapping my gums. This video will go on another half hour if I don't shut the heck up. So anyway, I'm gonna sit out here. If you see another fish, that means I caught one after this and you got a bonus fish. If not, we'll do it again soon. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. For those of you that stuck around, we're about to get another one. We're gonna have a bonus fish. Let's do it, fish. Let's have our bonus. There's probably 3 people still watching, fish. They're gonna make you famous. The old bonus fish, man. Here I was getting ready to leave in just a few minutes. This fish, he said he wasn't missing his opportunity. He don't know when he'll ever get this opportunity again. Although he may get the chance again tomorrow. Because I got half of mine with as many flatheads as we caught and that big blue. I got half of mine to come back here tomorrow and just try it again. There's some flatheads that's working through this area right now, and I'd kind of like to see what's going on tomorrow morning too. I may talk myself out of it. There's a lot of places I want to hit right now, but this one's definitely been productive. Yeah, that's a little bit smaller blue than the last one, I think. He's a fun size, but just a little bit smaller. Well, unfortunately for this fish, I already took the front camera mount down, so this is as good as it gets for you, fish. He says he's been gypped. He said he paid full price for this ticket and didn't get his money's worth. Well, he'll leave me a bad review on Yelp there, probably. It'll be a Google review gone bad with that fish. But anyway, y'all, for the 3 of you who stuck around, thanks for watching the whole video. Appreciate the heck out of you. I'll see you next time.